Hey guys, a couple things I wanted to talk about. So some of the things, in one of my last videos I had mentioned in the description that I was having some technical difficulties, so I'm not really going to get into that. But yes, doing this 5-day bowel detox and this cleanse has been really good. I really wanted to show you guys how I did the juicing process, how I made fresh juices, like fresh green juices and fruit juices every day. Kept them in gallon jars, so that way I wouldn't have to keep repeating myself. I will do a video, though, on juicing, and I'll show you what I made in preparation to make the intestinal formula number 2 drink, and mixing it with the powder, and also an additional 8 ounces of water or so. So it's about 8 ounces of juice that you mix with this and with water, and then you just go ahead and throw it back. Well, this detox was a little hard just because I've never taken the powder before. Every time that I've ever done this, and out of the 5 years that I've been doing this cleanse routinely, I always did it with the capsules. I never did them with the powder. And I still have a lot of powder left over by day 5. So I wasn't even sure if I was taking enough. I almost felt like maybe I needed to take a tablespoon of this stuff. But it just routinely says just level teaspoon 5 times a day. So you're consuming a lot of this intestinal formula number 2, which just hugs to the walls of your bowels and absorbs any kind of pockets or polyps within the bowels. And what polyps are pockets that are developed in the bowels when there's too much matter that's backed up in the intestinal walls. And what will happen is it will start to spread them out and put them in these small little pockets. What this stuff does specifically, what the intestinal formula number 2 does specifically, is it takes those little pockets as it's going through the intestinal walls, and it goes into those little polyps. I think I'm saying it right, the little polyps in the intestinal wall, the lining there, and it will suck out those little pockets and then heal and adhere to the intestinal formula, or into the intestinal walls. Sorry, I cannot talk today. So it will pull those out and it will remove them as the elimination organ would actually do that. So with the bowel being one of the biggest organs in the human body, or the biggest human organ in, or the biggest organ in the human body, man, all right, it will pull those out and it will shove them through and push them out along with the detox. The other thing you take on this cleanse is this: you work up as the day progresses. If you're not having normal bowel movements, you start out with 1 capsule, then you work up to like 2 to 3 to 4 with every day that you're taking this 5 times a day, because this stuff will accumulate and stay in your bowel if you don't have anything to remove it with. So that's why you got to increase on the intestinal formula number 1. Right now, I'm literally at 6 of them, taking this 6 times a day. I upped the dose on my 6th one last night when I was retiring, and you only take it at night. You never take it during the day with the intestinal formula number 2. You take this at night with a meal. When you eat, it just helps with the gastric juices and with the herbs the bowel herbs that are in here that are going to heal your bowel and move things out. So, it mixes the number 2. We'll just say that number 1 and number 2. So the number 2 mixes very well with the juices and the water and the fluids. It's very easy to put down. You want to drink an additional 4 to 6 ounces of liquid after you do your drink, because it starts to expand. The psyllium seed in here expands, and it absorbs and turns everything into like a jelly snake, along with the slippery elm bark. It's a very gelatinous herb in a gelatin kind of state. So that will move through your bowels along with the marshmallow root. Marshmallow root is also kind of a gelatin kind of herb, but it's also very healing and it's very sweet, and it's a very good sweetener. You also got pharmaceutical grade bentonite clay, which expands and absorbs any kind of poisons or any kind of toxicity within the stomach and then going into the bowels as well, because it's specifically, with this group of herbs put together, it's specifically hitting that area that you're trying to detox and clean out. You also have you have apple pectin. You also have apple pectin that creates a numerous amount of fiber for you, along with flaxseed, which is another source of fiber. You have activated willow charcoal, which also helps just absorb more toxins in the body, and it detoxes the cells, and it detoxes your bowel. But then to top that off, you also have peppermint leaf and then cayenne pepper. So the cayenne pepper is a stimulant. It moves things through the bowel. It gets things cleaned out. It frees up the veins, cleans up any kind of plaque in your arteries. It's a very good herb. It's a very stimulating herb, and there's tons, if not hundreds to thousands of testimonies on that one herb alone and its healing properties, and its healing properties for the heart. It can literally stop heart attacks. There's a video out there on YouTube talking about it. I'm not going to get into detail about it, but I'll try and leave you guys a link down below if I find it. So anyway, that, and then peppermint leaf is really cooling to the digestive system, which is also a stimulant, but it stimulates more of the digestive tract. It helps calm down the stomach. It puts the fire out. The number 2 really puts the fire out for any of those any viewers that are watching that maybe have IBS and such. Number 1 really helps with getting your bowel going. So if you have a very sluggish bowel, it's going to help promote and push and move things along, and it's going to help you be regular. And what I mean by regular, guys, is technically speaking, we are like, I don't know what the number is off the top of my head, but I'm going off of what Dr. Schultz talked about because I've been following him for such a long time. He talks about how we're pretty much like almost 10,000 bowel movements behind as an average American, because we only go about every 3 days or so, once every 3 days. Well, minimal, how this makes you regular is you go twice a day, at least twice. You have 2 bowel movements twice a day. That's the difference, is that you have 2 of them once a day. So 2 bowel movements is regularity once a day. That's pretty much about it. It's pretty much, you want to be so regular that you're having a bowel movement every 30 minutes after you have a meal. And we're talking about a meal. We're not talking about a snack. We're not talking about that. You want to have a meal. That's the bottom line right there. So my biggest thing in learning about Dr. Schultz and learning about how his products work and following his programs was that I should be having regular bowel movements after every meal that I have. And for me, my regularity is at least having 1 in the morning and 1 at night when I get home, or after work, after my last big meal of the day. That's usually what works for me. That's what gets me by because of me and my lifestyle and the shifts that I work and what my lifestyle is like. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that can stay home and work from home yet, anyway. I'd like to see where my life goes in the future. But yeah, I mean, depending on your lifestyle, really it should be at least after every meal, after 30 minutes after the meal that you have, that you should be having a bowel movement. And he's not the only doctor that talked about this. Dr. Schultz, his other teacher and the other doctor at the time, Dr. Christopher, talked about this as well. So to sum up, days 2, 3, and 4, and now I'm on 5. They've been good. Been getting more regularity. I just got kind of like a peak up in energy. No stimulants or anything. And I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm feeling great. But yeah, that's about it. So natural food, lots of vegan. It's a vegan-based diet that you go on for about a week. It's only a week. It's not going to kill you guys if any of you guys are meat eaters or don't follow a vegan lifestyle. I just do this for a cleanse and for regular maintenance, and I've just noticed that it's improved me. And you could even just do that with food alone. You don't have to take this supplement. I encourage this specific kind of supplement because it's one of the cheapest out on the market, for one. There could be a cheaper one, I think, that I just found out about, but maybe I'll leave that down in the link below if I can tell you that. So anyway, this is one of the cheapest ways to do it, though. I highly encourage it. I highly encourage his products. And it's only a week that you do this for. You do this cleanse for about a week. And if you have to just eat nothing but nuts, fruits, vegetables, and berries, and tofu, if you need to get a good protein intake, I mean, you could just get that from the nuts and seeds that you're eating. That's fine too. It's not that hard to do. It's pretty well organized and easy. You just got to keep up on your fluids to make sure that you're eliminating enough. So, because this number 2 formula does expand in your bowel and moves things through, but you also need to take the number 1 at night to finish moving things through and to finish off whatever else you have taken throughout the week to get it fully eliminated. But I had a paradigm shift in this. I swear by his products. I swear by this cleanse. It's one of those to-do cleanses that you should do at the bare minimum twice a year. He recommends once a season, which is about 4 times in a year. If you have the lifestyle and the finances to do it and the time to do it, then I would encourage you to do it. So other than that, guys, this is my 5-day bowel detox, my cleanse, my week cleanse. This is also day 5 and my follow-up on the last 3 days. So, and this is kind of my summary about what has happened, what I look like. I'll try and do another video about how I'm looking and feeling, and what this product really does for you after you're done taking it. So, yeah. And that's really it. In the past, I've achieved really great results with this, and I love this product. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your day. Take care.